Some Toastmasters join Toastmasters not just to learn, but they compete. My next guest is Jeff Stein from Midwest Speaking Professionals and Niles Toastmasters. This is Toastmasters in Cars, getting breakfast.
I mean, I'm telling you, she pushed me. Okay, let's get started because they're good folks.
You don't. I know. You know that I've been recording, so.
Oh, I forgot that he
I
does this to me all the time.
Well, see, the difference is I do podcasts, so I know what
you know what
this
I'm
always goes on. This is how we usually start our podcast when we do it. It's like we've been running already. Okay, welcome to the podcast.
Wait a minute. You should be. You're interviewing him.
I'm part of this.
Whether
you like it or not.
Yeah, well,
You saw my interview with Chris Poole and Robert Vandermeer. That was an awesome 2-for-1 deal.
no. When I do the podcast, we always start like this.
Oh,
We've gotten to the point where it's like, oh yeah, and hey, welcome to the Chris and
you can edit.
podcast. No, we don't even edit it. It's just we start kind of in res on purpose because we usually whatever we're starting with is some wacky conversation we were having anyway that was probably actually pretty funny. So we just keep going, and then at some point we introduce and go, "Hey, yeah, welcome to the show." So
I
we do
guess
that on a regular basis.
So I guess that's how we're gonna do it. So this is Jeffrey Stein. Yeah.
Hello.
Which club do you belong to?
Which clubs do I belong to? I am currently a member of Midwest Speaking Professionals. I am currently a member of Windy City Professional Speakers, and I am a member of Niles Township Toastmasters. Club number 665, which is now in its 71st year. So
He had to really study that for you. See how he's like, okay, gotta start this.
71st year.
yeah, I could. Well, last year was easy, simple numbers, 70 versus okay. Now I gotta remember, is it 71?
Let's just say it's over 70,
Well,
okay?
the problem is
over
that-
70.
And when does it really start? Because it's like, okay, really, it's supposed to be
What, the beginning
like,
of the...
is it the beginning of the term, or is it when it's actually the time that the club was founded, or when?
I think it's actually because of
The time it was founded.
Yeah.
Is it okay? So we're not yet 71, but we're getting
You gotta
there.
take it back now.
For like a month. Okay, Oh boy.
As a past club growth director, no, it's the time to pay response.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were
So
going to
these
say
are the
that.
things I just don't worry about anymore. It's,
Okay.
it's old. It's old. It's older than dirt. Well, I shouldn't say dirt. But yeah.
It's older than Dick's Store.
So it's kind of funny.
Yes. There we go. It's older than Dick's Store. That is true.
Hi, Dick.
Hi, Dick.
Oh look, Dick. Yay.
Okay, cut that out.
Cut what out? Don't cut out anything.
We did a lot of editing to be in this interview.
No. This is why exactly why you should be in this.
I know. This is the reason why we enjoy you as part of this interview. So something that you mentioned, that things that you don't worry about, is because you were a past district leader.
I was. Oh yeah, that's right. I was. That was a myth.
So you were an area governor.
Yes.
So what year was it?
2013 to 2014, or translation, the year that the World Championship was in Kuala Lumpur. I didn't want to really travel 21 hours one way and 21 hours the other way, and I didn't really want to do that. So I thought that was a good time. So I thought that was a good time to do it. If I'm being honest,
governor.
because it's
Well,
like
I like that strategy. That's good.
well, I thought I had time to write. That totally didn't work. Right? Yeah.
Oh, I'll become area governor.
Yeah, and I'll have plenty of time to write. And
Usually they force you to become they ask you to be a district leader to get you out of the competition. So I take it you competed in the speech contest.
Oh boy, now you open up a whole.
I'm opening
I
a
take
whole
more
different-
time.
yeah, no.
You compete. That's
Right.
that's one of your favorite things to do.
I do. Well, in fairness, here's what some people aren't aware of. So, in college, I was part of an intercollegiate speech team where we competed on either a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. Every other week where we go out and we compete against other schools throughout the country. And I did that as a freshman my first year. I always joke about this. People always sit there and say, "Oh, you make it seem a lot easier." No, my first year as a freshman, I swear to God, I got my butt kicked every time out because I wasn't very good. I didn't know enough and I didn't understand enough. And I literally, like, people, I'd walk in the room and I could see the looks on people's faces where they're like, oh, good, I'm not going to come in last because Jeff's here.
So moving forward,
Moving
sorry.
forward. But
I'm not the interview, you're the interviewer.
Right. But the point being, so I enjoyed it back then. I got away from it, and if there's certain aspects that I enjoy of that, there's certain aspects where it helps me to keep me going in terms of my skills and what I do, and so yeah, contests are something I enjoy to do, and it's a lot of fun.
You know he's being very down low key on that, right?
This is my
Contest is
Johnny Carson,
life.
Ed McMahon. Johnny Carson, Ed McMahon.
You're
Yes,
not making my life easy.
I'm showing my age, by the way, for the audience
Oh
here.
no!
Because the fact that I even know who Johnny Carson is.
Oh, well I do too.
I know, but you have to explain some of the audience members that it was like, it's the guy before Jay Leno.
Who's Jay
Who's Jay
Leno?
Leno?
I was just saying.
Oh,
You're really.
We're really.
You're better off going Conan O'Brien and Andy Richter.
know.
That might work a lot better.
Now I'm like, who's Andy Richter?
Oh. And that's what that's why she's the beginning of the speech contest.
No, she's not. No.
So you guys have known each other since
Here
when?
we go.
So I think the first time I ran into Barbara, ironically, I was getting ready for a speech contest, and so I wanted to pick Ann Johnson's brain, who really kind of had a good ear for things, and she had been trained professionally in speaking. So I wanted her to kind of get an idea about the speech I was working on, that I eventually would take second in Division out West.
Oh wow, okay.
And that was in 2013. But so ironically, that's the first time I met Barbara. And the funny part was Barbara was like, "I really want you to join this club," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, but not right now." So I met Barbara when I became an area governor.
Okay, so both of you guys were.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Tiffany Salenko Howard or Tiffany Howard or Tiffany
Who's that?
Salenko, or I don't know what last name I wanted.
Who the heck is
Tiffany
that?
Howard
Is
now.
it Tiffany Howard? I'm
Yes.
sorry. At the time it wasn't. It was
It was
Salenko.
Tiffany
What the heck is
Salenko
Salenko?
because she was engaged.
What the heck was the Salenko?
That's her name. That was
oh,
her main
That's
name.
that game that they play and they put the thing down and
Oh,
go ding, ding,
you
ding, 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 ding,
two are
ding.
not good.
Because this is being recorded, I keep it that far.
That's a Salenko. Or is that Plinko? That's Plinko.
Plinko.
That's Plinko.
I
Anyway,
am not a part of this.
you're sitting right here. You're special.
I hear nothing.
But yeah,
See, now all you see is these two.
So, yeah. Wow. Okay, I'll admit that I'm here. That's fine. But yeah, that's the first time I met Barbara. I had kind of met Tiffany, but not really. And that was, but yeah, it was me. It was Kathy Stroh. It was Barbara. It was Robert Kleiner. Kevin Chapman.
Chapman.
Pam, who's no longer with, who's no longer part of the Toastmasters.
Who?
Pam.
Pam, yeah.
Pam's
She
no
was
longer-
part of Allstate. She was part of
Allstate.
Allstate at the time, and she dropped down.
Yeah,
Toastmaster.
right. So we had kind of a fun group.
Kind of. We were cool.
Yeah, we were.
We were cool.
Yeah, and well, it was fun.
Talk about interesting personality, because Kevin is not loud like you guys.
Oh, but he has a story about him being area governor.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I gotta
There's
swing
that.
by. I gotta swing by over to DTM Club, and I will be hearing that story from him.
Yeah. Just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask him about
certificates.
Yeah. Ask him about certificates in his second contest
First
as an area governor.
Yes.
Is it one of those things as a program quality director?
No. It's just as funny.
It's funny.
If anything, this is what not to do with your contest.
Yeah.
When people sit there and say, "I just had the worst contest I've ever run," I sit there and go, "Really? Did this happen? No. Did that happen? No. Did that happen? No." And they look at me and go, "Wait, this really happened? Yeah, all in one contest." And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Shut up! This didn't really happen all in one contest." I'm like,
definitely
"Yeah,
gotta talk
yeah,"
about
and
it.
I can keep adding to that if you would like. That's. But yeah, so we were all in one group together, and then so that's how I met Barbara, and
That just sounds so interesting.
well,
yeah, that's how I met her.
well, no, it's
That's why we're here in Graziano, because and that's how I met Barbara.
And we just
well,
young.
because everything else I'm going to say will later be taken against me and used in bad ways that I'm not. If you think this is bad, it gets worse from here, so I'm not.
He can edit.
I did
Yeah,
tell
but he's
you
not
my.
going to edit it.
I did tell you my Facebook tends to be very, very rated G.
That's not my point. My point is there's material that's rated G that's still, or PG, that's still, no one's going to go, oh, that's a good story, I'm going to use that. No, you're not going to use that. That's a bad idea. I'm not letting you do that.
I don't know what.
I do
are
though.
my mentor and everything.
Oh, see, you're his mentor.
I am?
That's what he just said.
Yeah. The flexion
Wow,
queen.
good try.
The flexion queen.
But,
Strikes
so,
And moving forward.
in fairness, Barbara didn't really want. Barbara didn't
Sit down.
necessarily want to hang out with me at the beginning, because my first day, I realized that I knew most of the answers to stuff as an area director at training, and I realized that if I just sat there and kept raising my hand every 5 seconds, everybody was going to look at me like a brown noser. So I decided that I was just going to sit in the back and try to look cool and be like one of those kids who just made fun of everything in the back. And I kind of did that, and it was really kind of funny because Tiffany legitimately thought that's who I was, and most of the people in the room did too. Except for Michelle Cable, who walked up to me at break and go and said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to sound like the brown noser in the front row." and she looked at me and she's like, "You have a point." She's like, "You know every answer." I said, "Pretty much, yeah." I'm not going to do that. And it was funny because later on at some point, I started answering things like that, and suddenly Tiffany had certain people had this look at their face like, "Wait, he knows things." I'm like,
So you knew how to become president distinguished as an area governor.
that I didn't know. That was the only thing I didn't know.
That's where you came in.
That's well, I still don't know how to do that. We won't get into that. We won't get into that. In fairness, that was the only time. But truth be told, that's the only time I paid attention. It was the only thing I didn't know. Everything else I knew.
We all kind of
Right.
getting
Well, it was
that.
funny because I didn't know how distinguished worked at the area level, so I was like, I'm like sitting here going, yeah. And now we're gonna talk about what distinguished.
And I was like,
whoop. Okay, I gotta wake up. Hold on, take off the shades.
and I was like, this is what you need.
In fairness, though, it's kind of funny because I wasn't supposed to be. Here's the thing I don't think people are aware of. I wasn't supposed to be at training that day because my father had just passed a couple, about a week or so right before that. So I was technically excused from training. I went because I was like, I needed to take my mind off of things. So there was a part of me where that's the other reason why I decided I'm gonna have fun today.
And I would have never knew that when he came. I was like,
the only person who knew was Michelle. Michelle was like, I can't believe you're even here today. And I'm like, no, they still keep my mind off of things. And and so
I didn't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I ever told even you. I didn't tell anybody. This is the first time I'm really bringing that out. But
Wow,
Michelle was
look
the
what you
only.
did.
Michelle was the only person who was aware of that.
One was not involved.
I know you were even there. You're bringing out some good.
Oh, you
So-
know me first. It's awesome.
But yeah,
It's closing time.
Oh, it's closing time.
no, we
have
didn't
to
probably
go.
do. Well, we can move this interview if we want. But
Now he's into it.
no, I'm just saying in general. I know where else we could. I mean, obviously there's.
Did you need more?
Thank you so much. That was a lively interview. We'll see you next time.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Toastmasters and Garth Getting Breakfast. Make sure you like, subscribe with the buttons below on YouTube. And as Toastmasters, we love feedback. Please provide one on the comments below. Till then.